Welcome to Trust Your Progress. I'm your host, Kebar 4.0. Today I'm here with Kyle Maxwell, entrepreneur. So you own your own marketing company and a music company. How did you get started in that?
Yeah, well, the first thing was my label, Harder Music Entertainment. I started
Mm-hmm.
that about this year. It's gonna be 4 years now. So how I started in music, I've always been a music fan.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little kid, but it wasn't until 4 years ago when I really started to take it seriously. And I used to major in
Okay.
music in college. I was in marching band in high school. I always loved music. I was always a
Mm-hmm.
part of something about music. But it wasn't until a couple of years ago, I went through a lot of life-changing experiences, and um, that kind of pushed me towards, taking music and applying a business model to it. 4 years
Mm-hmm.
later, here we are.
Okay. And what type of music are you mostly into? Like what
Uh,
genre?
I do. I'm into a lot of music. I'm just an all-around musician. I listen to a lot of music. Um, Not a whole lot of country. I'm not really a big fan of country music, but anything else, I like music. I like the idea of music. I'm a musician, so I don't really have a favorite. I appreciate the whole entire thing as a one collective unit, I guess. But the label is hip hop,
Okay.
so we're in
Okay.
indie hip hop label, yeah.
And what has been your biggest, I guess, struggle so far as both doing the music and both being an entrepreneur?
Well, it's kind of the same thing, I guess the biggest struggle was, I guess, finding other people that are, running a business. Period. It doesn't not just this. Just trying to
Mm-hmm.
find people to work with that are that you can that are as serious as you. Because
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where you are or where are you coming from. I don't think you ever told me yet. You
I'm in
probably
South
did.
Florida,
Yeah.
Orlando,
So
Florida.
yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
Orlando, Florida. That's like you're like you're in a big ass city. Where I'm at, you know, not a whole lot of folks are as passionate about anything around here. And that's no excuse because that's no excuse because no matter
Mm-hmm.
what, everyone has an internet connection. Anyone has there's no excuse now. 2020, we all have the internet, so you can connect and find people all over the world. But in my situation, one biggest struggle has just been finding people that are just fucking serious that you can really build with,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd be naive, and I'd be naive to say that it's not easier in a bigger city to do something like this. So what I'm doing in my city, like where I'm at, it's like 5,000 people here in my whole entire city. So we're fucking small.
Saying
All right, cool.
basically that the biggest struggle has been finding people that are like-minded and really grinding toward the goal as yourself.
Yeah, yeah. That's been the biggest
So,
struggle.
and would you say like your social circle and your family, are they like supportive of your dream and your goal?
Uh, yeah, I like to, I really don't, I really don't involve my family a lot with the things I'm doing, just because
Mm-hmm.
like my family's weird, not weird, but like not them
Mm-hmm.
personally, but my
Mm-hmm.
family like in general is just weird because they're all older, and I'm not the youngest, but I'm the second youngest, and they're all like the age gap between the children and the adults is like ridiculous. Like everyone's like 40 and 50, and I'm like 20, so there's like a 20-30 year gap between everyone. So they're out of date with they're out of date. Those people live in their own world, and they can't understand anything I'm doing. So I just tell them
Mm-hmm.
that I just told them that yeah, I'm into music, and they just support the fact that I'm into music. So they really don't know much about it, and
Mm-hmm.
I like to keep the business and all the stuff I'm doing separate from the family anyway, because it's just not any of their business. I mean, they're supportive of it, but I'm not coming from a place where it's like, oh, my whole family is a part of my business and they're like promoting this stuff on social media. It's nothing like that at all.
Right. So would you say
I
that that
asked you
has
a question. I asked you a question, but am I allowed to cuss on here? 'Cause I
mm-hmm.
think I cuss like, okay, cool. I
You're
cuss
fine.
like 10 times here.
You're fine.
All right, cool.
You can be say whatever you want. It's
All
uncensored
right,
and you're
cool.
good. So let me. You said your most of your family is older than you. Do you think that has like influenced you to be like more mature and carry yourself in a more like mature manner?
It definitely pushes me to accomplish something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just everyone's family is different. Like I'm kind of like I don't want to say the last hope in the
Mm-hmm.
family, but it's kind of that situation. So
Right.
there's a lot of pressure there to really make something. If that's not me, then rap.
And when did you first realize that like this was the route that you wanted to take and it was something that you wanted to pursue?
Yeah. So I always knew, since I was a kid, I always knew that, I was special. I always knew I was going to do something crazy because, I was blessed with something that not a lot of people have. And I just never gave a fuck about anyone's opinions about me. I was never scared. I was at certain points, I'm not gonna lie. But if you look at my whole entire life from when I was like 5 till now, I just never really, there's like a lot of wind going by right now.
Yeah, I can hear you.
So I did care a little bit when I was like 6 and 10 or 11. I was kind of overweight, so I kind of went to like a not an obese section of my life, but I was really overweight. So that was the only time in my life I really I was only self-conscious. Other than that, if you look at my whole entire life, I never give a fuck about what anyone else thinks. So and you can imagine that
Right.
kind of transferred into an enormous drive just to imagine not being held back by any type of. I don't care what you think. I don't care what mom thinks. I don't care what some dude in school thinks. I didn't care what people in high school thought. I dress how I wanted to dress. So anyone listening to this, like if you want to do anything, rule number one, if you give, I say this all the time, if you give a 0.0000001% of a fuck, you already lost.
Right.
So you ask me, how do I know? My answer is I don't give a fuck about anything. I don't even care if I even obtain my goals. I don't care about shit. So that's the DNA to me. That's the DNA and structure of a very successful person. Because even to think that you can accomplish, to even think that you can be a part of the 1% of the world is a crazy ass idea to even begin with.
Right.
So the DNA and the structure of that person, they can't give a fuck.
Yeah.
That's how I knew.
I like the way that you put it because I do think to reach for something that high, you will get a lot of ridicule. So you have to be able to not like concentrate on people's opinion or be focused on those who believe you.
And you can't care about that stuff. Like
Right.
I see it happen. I see it happen so much to these celebrities nowadays. On Twitter. Twitter is becoming a very toxic place.
Yeah.
And social media, to begin with, especially now during all this race war stuff, and some people are speaking their opinion, some people are voicing their opinions, and they're just getting slandered and they're getting totally bashed. And I'm seeing all these celebrities, and trust me, I don't put them on a pedestal. They're fucking normal people to me. I'm not that type of guy, but I'm seeing them, I'm seeing them just totally just crumble and just totally just break down and just like some people can't handle that. Once you get to a certain level, it's like the good always comes with the bad. So as much as you're praised, as much as people are saying, "Oh, you're the GOAT," it's equal, and it's not more people saying, "Oh, you're full of shit. Or kill yourself." Like everyone's not meant to hold that in. And the minute the one day I started my label, I posted it on Instagram. This was like 4 years ago. Yeah, 4 years ago. I posted because I was with my friends and we were having, it was like some big like flexing post, like, "Oh shit, I just started this big thing." Everyone was saying, "Yeah, man, bro, you did it." Within 25 minutes, some person DMs me and they say, "Oh, I'm about to kill your bitch ass." Within 25 minutes of posting that, I'm about to kill you. It was somebody in my state, and everyone can't. To some people, they would still be scared by that. Like some people would, to this day, they would be scared. They would be still looking outside, like, "Oh, where's that guy that said he was gonna kill me 4 years ago?" Like everyone can't take that type of shit. So even so, when I knew exactly back then, even when I didn't have shit, like, damn, someone's willing to kill me now. Someone's willing to kill me right now when I don't have anything. Crazy. I don't remember your question.
So let me ask you this. How do you, like, if you get comments like that, or if you get people that react that way, how do you respond to it? Do you ignore it, or do you, like...
Oh, yeah. Anyone throwing you hate has it 1,000 times worse than you.
So basically, that's your mindset. And a lot of people they're currently not there, like they have the justified reason to like strike back or to get fed up if someone comes at them. How did you get to that point?
Yeah, you have to understand, you talk about someone that just doesn't care. That's just how I was born. It came from practice. Over a while, it's like, I realized this at a young age. Like, damn, everyone got their opinion. Say, this is a great podcast show, and someone else could say, this shit sucks. Everyone has their opinion. So I realized that from a young age to not take it to heart. Because, when you don't care, you're a fucking target. People hate people that don't care, because then everyone, you're almost intimidating to everyone. You come off, you intimidate people that do care. So when someone senses that you don't care and you're confident and you don't sit there and fuck, every single person is gonna try to test that. They're gonna try to test that. I've been being tested since I was like 10. So I'm a professional not give a fucker right now. Like, I'm a professional not give a fucker. So how'd I get to that? It just came from practice.
So basically, if you're like going for something high, you have to like not care. For people who are, on that big level, like celebrities, brands, and corporations, during the wake of like everything that's going on with Black Lives Matters, they're expected to speak up on it. Do you think they're obligated to, as a business or as a brand, to speak up on certain situations?
You're the second person to ask me that, and not giving a fuck goes both ways. And some people that claim they don't give a fuck, they kind of pick and choose what they don't give a fuck about. But I don't give a fuck, so that goes both ways. So I don't care. I don't care if they feel sorry, and I don't care if they said something out of pocket. So I don't care. But that's just me, though. Because I just holistically I don't give a damn if they fucking post something that some middleman social media manager thought of. Like, that had nothing. Like, people don't even understand that. Like fucking Jeff Bezos didn't write that fucking letter. Like some middle dude on a social media team wrote that shit. Like everyone, like the CEO of Starbucks didn't fucking personally write that shit up. Like, people think that, like, people don't understand how it works. I have an agency, so I definitely understand how it works. Like, there's so many people within a company. Like, there is no holistic, they're racist, or they're this, or they're that. And there was one post that said, it was very misleading. I think Fox Business or someone posted it, and it said Wendy's, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut franchisee supports the Trump re-election or something. And everyone, all the ignorant people read that, and they said, "Oh, Wendy's and Taco Bell and Pizza Hut, they're all for Trump's re-election." It said franchisee. It said franchisee with 2 E's. That means one fucking person said that, and everyone looked at that, and they deemed that as, like that's how propaganda in the media works. They know what they're doing, and everyone looked at that, and they said, "Oh, now they're all for Trump's re-election." So that's why I don't care. Until a manager from that corporation comes across me and they say something racist to me, then I'll care. But until I'm personally affected by one of them, it doesn't matter. They can post whatever they want.
I definitely agree that it makes sense, because even if they come out and speak up or post a tweet, it doesn't really do anything. It doesn't have any impact. It's just, you're like, oh, okay, cool, that business, I can keep supporting it, but it doesn't change.
They're doing this.
Right. It's just like profit for business. As a business owner and as someone who is a Black man, do you feel like the pressure to speak up about it, or do you feel like you just go about your business? Do you keep the politics out of it, or do you feel like it's a human issue? How do you go about the situation?
Nah, I mean, yeah, I did feel obligated. I won't lie, I did a little bit, but I really didn't want to. But I just like talking shit, so that's kind of the biggest reason why I decided to start talking about all this. And just because I've experienced a lot of racism in my life, especially where I'm at. Like, I've experienced so much racism, so it was only right that I not use this time to talk about how to grow your following, but we need to talk about some more serious stuff. So yeah, I did feel anyone that has a platform, and a lot of people are their true colors are showing. Some people that have platforms and they're really not, and they're using this type of stuff. I don't know if you've seen it or not. I just had a 3-hour summit the other night. I had like six guests. And we were talking about everything that's going on, the riots, racism. Not once that I plug in anything that I did.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say one thing about anything I did. I didn't try to promote myself at all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was strictly for the people. And a lot of people that, you know, if I can do that, you know, right now, like, where I'm at in my life right now, that's fucking stupid. Like, I should be tunnel vision on my goals. Everything needs to be, you know, everything needs to be in my best interest. I need to be selfish as fuck and just totally focus on my shit.
Mm-hmm.
So for someone in my position to do that, that's ridiculous. But someone that has 8 million followers, you damn right they should use that type of platform to talk about, you know, important issues because they already got there. They already got there.
Mm-hmm.
And some people are not.
Right.
They're using their platform to drive sales for them, and they're dropping their music videos, and they're trying to swipe up on their website. So this time it's really showing people's true colors.
I think some people definitely can't afford to like ignore the situation, but I think others do feel obligated to speak up about it because like they have experienced it some way and they're just human. That's the impact inside them that they're gonna speak up regardless because like
Right.
it's a situation that you can't help. So you're from Maryland. How do you think your environment or your city influence you, like mentally wise or just vibe wise? How do you think?
Yeah, like, you know, me and my friend, we talk about this all the time. We're like, yeah, good thing we didn't grow up in a big city because like
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like, you know, you never know what you have until it's gone. So it's like being in a small town, like with fucking like
Nature, right?
nature. It makes you then going from this to Manhattan is like what the fuck? Like it's crazy. And
Mm-hmm.
like just imagine if I seen that every day. Imagine like if I seen like I don't see skyscrapers every single day.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen a plane in like a month. That's where I'm at. So
Mm-hmm.
imagine like so when we go from that transition to you know this boring ass nature to you know industrial like places like suburban
Right.
places, it makes you
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that and it makes you wanna it creates like a drive like oh shit I wanna do this.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about you know if we were to grow up there, we would I would probably not like all the crazy rushing and all the crazy bustling, and I would want to go somewhere that's more calm like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I, I want to go out. I want to be where you're at. So
Mm-hmm.
growing up here, that definitely made me. And some days I'm like, yo, this is so fucking boring. And
Mm-hmm.
some days I'm like, you know what? I'm thankful that I'm here because it's making me want to get out. It's giving me drive to want to get out.
I do
Yeah,
think that the grass is kind of always green on the other side, and like you want to look out towards something better. But I do think it is good to get out from your environment because you're comfortable there. You already know it, and
yeah.
once you go out to
And
somewhere else, you like,
at that same token, most people are fucking scared as hell of big crowds, and they don't like big buildings, and
mm-hmm.
they hate you know they hate city stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Some people from here they're scared of that stuff. They're scared, and they want to stay here and rot
Mm-hmm.
in a small little town. That just adds to the motivation.
So at
So
this point, do you feel like you're bigger than your city?
hell no.
Like, well, I say that in a way that do you feel like it limits you, and you like if you were somewhere else, you could do more.
Um, yeah, I mean yeah. So yes and no. So
Mm-hmm.
you know my whole goal is to you know inspire people, and you know
Mm-hmm.
I mean I wouldn't say, you know, I inspire everybody around here, but you
Mm-hmm.
know, I'm, well respected, you know, around where I'm at in my little town. I'm very well respected, and I'm more concerned with you know making someone else. I want someone to do it better than me. Like I want someone to get more successful than me. So if I can, so the longer I can, you know, encourage people here
Mm-hmm.
in my town, you know, the more that will make you know me feel good. I'm not doing this you know just for me, just so I can you know get my kicks and then move out and leave my city and then you know pretend that I was never from here and then try to shit on my little town like that's not me at all.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I think my whole goal is to just inspire people, no matter if that's one person or 1 million. You know, I'm just trying to inspire somebody to you know do it better than me.
That's good. I definitely think humans are at their best when they like inspire. I think that's
Yeah.
like when we're at our highest form. Who are some people that like haven't been an inspiration to you that push you and keep you going?
Yeah, so I have three. Sean Combs, fuck, what's his name? Damn, I don't know his name. I just call him Coach P. He's the CEO of Quality Control Music with the Migos and Cardi B and all them, and Gary Vaynerchuk. So those are three people that keep me going.
Okay.
I'm trying to be like a hybrid of all three of them.
Why those specific three?
Well, you can imagine why I like Gary Vee, because he just don't give a fuck. Right. Like that's the biggest reason why I fuck with him. Coach P, you know the Migos and stuff, right? You have to.
Yes.
Right. All right, cool. So yeah, he's so the label that they're signed to, the record label, is Quality Control Music, and Coach P is the CEO of that. So he's kind of like their agent. I like Coach P because he's one of the very few business people in the music industry specifically that's not a fucking clown. Like, he's not a clown. Like, he's not a clown ass dude. Like, you can't move him off the center. You can't like get him to do some stupid shit. He's a very and plus the label is just killing it, by the way. I look up to him because he's a very good leader. You can't get him off of his center. And so it's kind of like not giving a fuck. And I respect him because this is a shady ass industry in the music industry. There's a lot of people that that rip off. We have terrible record labels have terrible names. You think Jehovah's Witnesses have fucking terrible names? Look at goddamn record labels. We have terrible names. Trying to rip off artists and trying to screw them and selling your soul and all this craziness. Like I just look at QC, and they're the complete fucking opposite of that. They're a whole family. That's why I like him. And Diddy, fucking Diddy's just fucking Diddy.
Right.
There's a reason why. There's a bigger reason, because I like Diddy because of his presence. Like you can't not know that Diddy is in the room. Like, it's impossible. And so that's why I admire him, because of his presence. Like he makes it almost impossible for you to not know that he's in the fucking room. And that's a very important trait to have. To just not blend in, be in the crowd, like stand the fuck out. So I have very specific reasons on why I look up to people. Like I said, I'm not fucking starstruck by human beings. I have very specific reasons why, I respect people.
Yeah, it's more so the quality and the traits and like what you can take from them yourself. Yeah. As far as being someone like in the music industry and seeing like all the crookedness of it that happens, as far as them screwing people out of deals or paying people in bad deals from the beginning, like how do you like navigate that as an artist and as a business person? Is it something that you want to change? How do you go about that?
Yeah, so the first thing, like most people in this industry, they want their artists to not know shit about the business. But I do the complete reverse. First of all my artists, they own all the music, they own all the masters, they own 100% of the music. I don't take shit. Secondly, the first thing that we do is we learn the business. That's the first thing I do. I teach my artists how to not need me. That's what no one is fucking doing right now. So the whole reason for this label is I want to have a team of fucking leaders, not a team of artists that are at the mercy of me, and I'm just the big ass dude, moving chess pieces. I don't want it to be like that. I'm trying to really bring it back to the old days. Bring it back to Uptown Records, Andre, RP to Andre Harrell. I'm trying to bring it back to that, where it's about the talent of the artist, because record labels right now, they're becoming commoditized. Everyone's an artist. Everyone can be a fucking artist.
True.
Music's commoditized. Rap careers are commoditized. Record labels are fading. What it's gonna mostly be about is brand. It's about talent. So why not make that your complete business model? So the way I'm looking at it is, I don't invest in an artist that has a crazy big song, and I'm just trying to go to the next big thing, the next big trending thing, and then they drop an album, and then that flops, and then they get dropped from the label, and now they're I'm not into all that. I don't care about any of that. At the end of the day, you can have the biggest song ever. If you're a fucking asshole, I don't want anything to do with you. That's what I care about. Record labels right now, they just go after the next big thing. They want to go after the next. They want to go after the next big thing with a pulse, and they want to put money behind that and extract the most amount of dollars and then screw them. That's what they want to do. I'm the complete opposite. And you have to be in a position to do that. I'm a crazy helping person, so you have to be a person that can do that and not look at people like a dollar sign, but rather try to make them like. I'm trying to add value to them.
Right.
Value from them.
Right.
That's the biggest take.
So how many artists do you currently have on your record label?
I have a 1.5. I work with I'm partnered with this talent agency, and they have an artist, and we're kind of like it's hard to explain. We're kind of like we're friends, so we're not really like official like partners. But I have like 1.5 because she's independent. She's independent. We just offer her promotion and strategy things like that. But we have one artist we work with, King Khaled. He's still in the artist development stage. We're still dropping music. We're still developing his career. We're planning a huge event.
Mm-hmm.
In a couple weeks. Can't talk too much about that, but yeah, just got one. I'm trying to keep it, real small. I'm not like we're not like fucking. Trying to keep it real small. Some people just like to sign off on artists left and right just to appear like they're growing, appear that they're scaling. But the one thing is the one thing you have to understand, you have to build without. Yeah, it takes patience. Like I said, it takes patience. It takes everything that I discussed with you about. It takes all that to do this right. It takes not giving a fuck. So not giving a fuck, like, oh, you just got one artist, you gotta suck. Like it takes a lot to not give a fuck about that. You have to. Right now we're building the foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Not doing any of that fancy stuff. We're not doing a Heart of Music banquet. We're not doing a Heart of Music fucking party. We're not doing any of that fancy shit. Right now we're just building the foundation. So once I can build with one, if I can build with one artist, think about we're up here. Right. Now, then you can bring other people on. But the thing is, no one likes to do this stuff because it's fucking boring and it's not cool. And it's 2020, and they want to make money, and they want to have your followers, and want to have this and that. But I'm here. I'm in the foundation. Everyone else, 99% of everyone else, they hack the foundation, and they go after someone that's already hacking, and they attach themselves to them. So now their whole relationship is predicated on clout and predicated on popularity, not on respect, not on mutually shared values at all, not on loyalty, and that is why 99% of labels, I've seen it happen. I've been a part of them. That's why 90% of labels crumble because they don't build their company based off of loyalty and respect, and leadership is based off of money and clout and popularity, and that's why we will win in the long game.
I respect that because I see like for you, it's more so focused on nurturing a relationship, which takes a lot of more hard work than just, running to sign anyone and everyone. And I think
just look at Megan. Sorry to cut you off, but just look at you heard of Megan Thee Stallion, right?
Yes, of course, yeah.
Let's look at what was going on with her and her label.
Yeah.
Like what me and my artists, we laugh about that kind of stuff. We laugh at that because it's just built off of it's transactional. It's like people just don't understand. They don't understand the ROI of building an actual relationship with someone before you even sign your name on a dotted line. People underestimate that. And then in the end, because like right now, like I know without a shadow of a doubt, well, I hope, knock on hope, like artists I'm working with right now, if tomorrow they blow, I'm not getting like to kick me out of the picture. Like that's a fucking joke. I know it's not gonna happen because we're like this. We're like fucking this. It's built on loyalty. That's a fucking joke.
And I think a lot of, like, as you mentioned, Megan Thee Stallion, most of these record labels, they don't look at their artists as people. They're more just someone they can make money off.
I have heard from I went to Atlanta last year. I heard from a music executive panel speakers. I've heard him voice out of his mouth, I don't even talk to my artists. I don't even talk to them. I don't hang out with them at all. I've heard him verbally say that. Yep. Wow. Out his mouth. So when I see stuff like that, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do that.
Right. Looking at people, as you mentioned, like Gary Vee, whose model focused more on empathy, do you think it's going to change the course of business for like all industry, as far as music industry, and like where people are not just using their employees or the artists just for money, that there's more so a connection, more so a relationship?
Oh hell yeah! Because if you look at it right now, the fucking economy is like self-destructing itself. And when you build something off of loyalty and respect, that when people are bought into your dream, let's say if my company was built off of just popularity and this, that, and that. During this little recession right now, during this, where we're not dropping a lot of music, we're not really traveling a lot, they would say, fuck this Kendrick guy. I'm about to go somewhere else. I'm about to go somewhere else where someone else, has more money. I'm about to leave. There's no loyalty. Just like at your, I don't know if you, just like at a job somewhere, like if you and your boss are like this, and if they have to start cutting hours, if they have to start, replacing people, you and your boss are like this. So you're gonna be willing to stay. You're gonna be willing to go through the storm with them. You're gonna be willing to go through the wars and the trial and the errors. You're gonna be willing to go through all that stuff. The people that just hire and go here and drag people in and they pull outsiders in, and the whole entire establishment is a whole stranger zone. Like people are not going to what the hell? They're not going to go through anything with you. The minute something pops up that is shaky, the minute is what the water starts shaking the boat, they're going to fucking hop off and leave you.
Right.
So when you put empathy into it, when you put actual respect into it, you're fucking unstoppable. It's so easy. I don't understand why more people don't understand this.
So for you, you're mostly, let's say, establishing yourself in who you are based upon your personality rather than popularity. I think that will allow people to ride with you further and more so because they like you as a person, not just it's for the money or the fame or anything.
Yes.
How has, during the economy being what it is and everything happening with COVID, how has that impacted you as a business owner?
Well, yeah, and the agency lost a lot of clients. Yeah, it definitely had its effect. Definitely been living rugged. Yeah, you can tell. No fucking haircuts. Like just living really by your means. It definitely had its effects. Yeah, but like I said, I'm different. So we were able to pick up some clients last month because because of I'm not a sales pushing sales type of guy. I'm more of a branding, putting out content and letting them come to me. So I almost feel like, and maybe this is not even the deal, but I'm crazy, so I'm just gonna believe this. I think, since the economy was going so down, and the people that in my network needed services, I'm just taking a wild guess. I just have a funny feeling that they said, you know what, I need something, and I have a funny feeling this Kendrick guy is real, and he's not going to try to screw me during this time. That's why it's so important. I just have a funny feeling that was the case because during a time like this, everyone's trying to nickel and dime everyone else.
Right.
I have a funny feeling that through so much content I put out and how transparent I am, I have a funny feeling that people just looked at that and they said, you know what, this is the best bet. Because I know this guy's not going to try to take my wallet during this while I'm so vulnerable.
I see. So and during hard times, you want to be around someone who's trustworthy. That's just not in it for the dollar. Basically.
Yep.
I was going to ask you, where did the name Kendrick come from?
Kendrick?
Yes, Kendrick.
I have no idea. I really made that shit up.
Is that is it for your more of your music?
Doesn't mean shit. I just made it up.
I see.
Doesn't mean shit.
So, in concluding, what would be your final words or piece of advice to anyone who wants to be an entrepreneur, who's pursuing music, to create us? What would be your final piece of advice?
Yeah, just know that it's not for everyone. It's kind of like the military. I use that analogy a lot. Everyone's not meant to go out on the fucking front lines and throw grenades and be a fucking warrior. Like everyone's not meant to do that. And the funny thing is, entrepreneurship is the same exact game. It's not meant for everyone. There will be nights where you will be up and you're about to rip your hair out. It's lonely as fuck. No one understands. It's not for everyone. So I'm not trying to put anyone down or anything. You can go for it. But I'm just saying, it just takes a different type of character. I'm not that dude that's gonna sit here in front and be like, yeah, you can be an entrepreneur. You gotta put your mind to it. No, dog. It's not like that at all. It takes a certain character to be able to. It takes a leader. It takes a lot, man. It's like me giving advice on how everyone listening to this can get in the NBA.
Right.
Like that, like you gonna go to the NBA. That shit starts when you're a fucking kid.
Mm-hmm.
That shit starts when you're fucking dribbling, you're shooting a basket at a ghetto ass milk carton outside. Like that starts there. It starts when you're in AAU. It starts when you're in fucking middle school basketball, high school, and then you get like it's a fucking pattern to this shit. If you're not like I had an eBay account when I was like 12. Like I've been selling shit fucking forever. If you don't sell shit, if you're listening right now and you want to be an entrepreneur, and if you've never like if you never sold anything, like right now, if you're like my age, like just don't even do that shit. Go do something else. That's how I'm looking at it.
I see. So it's basically not something that happens overnight.
That wasn't like the cliche advice you were expecting, but from my angle, here's what I'll say. You just got to know yourself. This is coming from someone that's in the game right now, in the process. Coming from someone that's in the process right now is not what you think. It sucks.
I see. Well, I definitely do. I love it. That's good. Because like even if it's hard and it takes a lot of time, if it's something that you want, you're gonna put the time into it. But it's just, you just let them know that it's not easy. Who is an artist that you feel is currently putting your city on the map?
Definitely, I have to give that one a Shorty.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's an artist from. People were saying he's from Salisbury, but he's from Maryland, and he recently just started blowing up like a year or 2 years ago. I used to be on this label called D1 Entertainment. It was a record label in Maryland, and I was actually on their street marketing team like almost 2 years ago. So I was like putting up this guy's like when this guy wasn't really known yet. I was putting up his posters. We were like in meetings talking about like I was in the group chat and stuff. And now he's like a fucking big ass artist now. So it's kind of cool to see how he grew so much. And yeah, he really has a different sound. He's really putting on for his city. So I have to give that one to Shorty.
Oh, okay. What's one place in the world, if COVID and money wasn't an issue, that you would like to travel, or that you have to travel?
I have to go to Dominican Republic.
And why Dominican Republic?
Well, I'm gonna just say because I'm trying to have some fun. I'm not gonna say too much on this chat. It's a really derogatory reason why I want to go, but I just gotta go with my friends ASAP on a little secret business trip. Have some fun.
I'll take that. Well, I thank you for coming on and joining me and having this conversation.